Hey, movie lovers, what's going on? Welcome back to Rapid Fire Fridays from Movie Talk Express, the weekly movie news show where we break down the biggest movie news stories throughout the week. As usual, I'm here with Jake Berlin and Gio Ramos, and I'm your host, Jacob Bartley. And thank you for joining us. So, as usual, we're going to jump right into the movie news topics, and Gio's going to break down his top movie news stories that he picked out throughout the week. So, without anything further, let's jump right into it. Gio, what do we got first today?
All right, the first one, I want to start this off big. We're going to talk about the Star Wars teaser for the teaser trailer that was released yesterday via Instagram. It's a 15-second video, and it has some pretty big reveals in my opinion. So let's just recap the trailer real quick. It opens with an unknown figure addressing the First Order, and it's ready to battle formation. And then it cuts to Daisy Ridley's Rey character and BB-8. They're in a jungle environment, that's what I'll call it, and they're looking up, and she doesn't seem too excited to see. It's like she's in disbelief at what she's seeing.
She looks very astonished, yeah.
And then finally, the last part of the teaser shows Kylo Ren wielding his lightsaber, as we've seen before, and then it shows Finn lighting up his blue lightsaber
For the first time.
It's insane, guys. It's crazy. So real quick, I think they're gonna battle. Now, whether it'll be a good fight, I mean, I'm not saying it will be. I think it'll be one-sided, but I think they're gonna fight. I honestly do. Like, I kind of want them to. That'd be cool, but. Anyways, some other people feel a little differently, and we'll get to that right now. So, Jake, what are your thoughts on the teaser and speculations on the movie so far?
As for the footage, I freaked out when I saw it. I think I watched it about 10 times in a row. Like, just kept rewinding it and rewinding it and rewinding it. And it's so short to where I think that's the best part about it. It's only 15 seconds long, and it's still so good. Yeah, I mean, we've seen the shot before of the First Order. The shot is beautiful coming up from behind you to see how massive the First Order really is.
Mm-hmm.
And then going to Rey and BB-8, it's interesting, though, because earlier in the week we saw the image of Kylo Ren on the Forest Planet, and then they back it up with this kind of shot. I personally think it's either the Moon of Endor or Yavin 4. I think we're going to go back to one of them from the original trilogy. I think we'll be seeing like a rebel base or something like that where they've been hiding out at, going back to a popular planet in the Star Wars universe. But then there's the epic shot of Kylo Ren is what I've been hearing is now being called a broad saber, which is kind of a cool name. And then of course Finn. Yeah, and by far the most talked about shot of the trailer. It's awesome. It's an epic shot, really. But I don't think they're gonna battle personally.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's just shots and footage, but it looks like it's different areas.
Right.
And I'm one who believes that Finn's not going to be the Jedi of the story. So I don't think that. Plus, it just seems way too one-sided, and it just wouldn't make sense to see those two fight because Kylo Ren would kill him an innocent, just kind of like Vader would if he battled Luke in A New Hope in the first movie. So I mean. Either way, it's an epic shot. I can't wait to see what happens. It brings up even more questions, and I can't wait to find out. So,
Jacob?
So, yeah, when I first heard about this teaser trailer, I tried looking it up, and I couldn't find it. But little did I know, I was just skimming over it because it said 16 seconds. And I was like, there's no way that's it. And I asked Gio, the 16-second one? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, what can this possibly be? How can this be exciting? It's 16 seconds. And I start it, and it's just that visual of the First Order and their army, which we've seen that picture already. And then it switches to Rey, right, with BB-8, which it's footage we haven't seen yet, but it wasn't anything mind-blowing. And then we see Kylo Ren do his lightsaber like we saw in the first teaser trailer, but the money shot is Finn busting out his blue lightsaber, which gave me the chills, honestly, when I first saw it. That was incredible. So that made the teaser trailer for me. Other than that, I wasn't that impressed, but Finn busting out his lightsaber was awesome. I want him to be a Jedi, but I'm not 100% sure he's going to be because I think Daisy Ridley's character is going to have the Force for sure. So I think it would be kind of crowded if she has the Force and Finn has the Force and Luke comes along, he has the Force, and if we see Leia, whether she's using it or not, she has the Force. So the thing about the original trilogy is the Jedis were something special. There wasn't a lot of, and there was only a couple more around that they knew of. So if we got 5 Jedis running around as main characters in this movie, it's not gonna feel as special. So I want him to be a Jedi, but I'm kind of leaning towards what you think, Jake, that he won't be one. And as far as them fighting, I think they will fight for like 2 seconds. Like Kylo Ren's about to kill somebody or something, and Finn runs in and tries to fight him, and Kylo Ren just knocks him to the side, and then Kylo Ren and Luke start fighting or something like that. It won't be a full fight because, like you said, Kylo Ren will kill him like that. So
do you think we'll see Luke?
Of course.
In that moment?
Oh, in that moment. I do think we'll get some sort of... I think we'll see Finn and Luke together using their lightsabers in a battle at some point.
So you think Finn's a Jedi then?
Well, not necessarily, because we know he's using the lightsaber no matter what. Yeah. So I don't think so. I don't think him and Daisy really are going to be Jedis. Just one of them. So, which I don't know how I feel about, but either way, I'm going to be happy. This guy looks awesome with a lightsaber.
It's Star Wars.
It's supposed to be Anakin's original lightsaber, right?
It's Anakin's original from Episode 3, and then passed down to Luke, which he lost in Empire Strikes Back.
Yes, and now it comes down to Finn. Yeah, that's awesome. All I can say. I'm excited, and hopefully this is just a little piece of a bigger trailer coming soon.
Yeah, I have so many questions about this, which I'm sure we'll talk about in our upcoming Star Wars podcast. Do we want to say the name right now, or do we want to
reveal it now?
Sure.
You guys want to reveal it? All right, go ahead, Jake.
We're gonna do it's gonna be called the Padawan Podcast. Thinking about doing it maybe next week, within the next few weeks anyway. Next time a big trailer drops, so look out for that.
Yeah, we'll be starting that up soon. So keep your eyes out. Check our YouTube channel. It's coming soon. The Padawan Podcast. It's gonna be awesome.
All right, moving on. Next up, another sort of big piece of news. This one involves Captain America's Civil War. Some promo art has been released online via Comic Book Movies and also tweeted out by Jeremy Renner. There's 3 pieces of art. One shows Team Iron Man, which features War Machine, Scarlet Witch, Black Panther, and the Vision. And then you have Team Captain America on another photo, and it shows Winter Soldier, Falcon, Agent 13, Hawkeye, and then on Hawkeye's shoulder is Ant-Man. And then there's a third promotional art that shows the 2 sides kind of battling each other. Outside of Ant-Man's little presence and on Hawkeye's shoulder and Black Panther, it's cool. I mean, it's nothing. We know these guys are gonna battle, and they're gonna go at it. Nothing personal, I assume, but yeah, it looks cool. I can't wait for the first trailer. Yeah, I mean, that's all I really have to say about it. How about you, Jacob? I know you're excited for this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I know these pictures aren't official from Marvel or anything. I mean, as far as I know Jeremy Renner tweeted them, but it could have been fan art he found online somewhere. I don't know if they specified that or not.
But I'm pretty sure they're official.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it's coming from Jeremy Renner. I think they're doing
it's official promo art for toys.
Okay, so if that's the case, then these are freaking awesome, dude. But it's a little confusing because where's Scarlet Witch?
I have a theory about that.
She's not in there. And no one has ever, as far as I've heard, no one's ever... I knew she was going to be in the movie. Sharon Carter, Agent 13. I knew she was going to be in the movie, but I didn't know she was going to be in the war.
She's a big part of the comic book.
Is she really?
Yeah, she has because her and Cap are basically a couple.
A couple. It's funny, isn't she? She's Peggy Carter's niece. Yeah. Wow, this guy loves the Carter women.
Of course, yeah. Look at him.
I know, right? She's gorgeous. But that's crazy. Like she's gonna be in the midst of the battle. Like she's gonna be there. I don't know who she's gonna fight. I mean, I guess she can go toe to toe with Black Widow. They're both agents maybe, but then you still got Hawkeye. I don't know how this is gonna go down. I feel like, so I was under the impression that Scarlet Witch is gonna be on Cap's team, so that kind of evened it out because if Iron Man's team has Vision and Black Panther, there's no way Team Iron. Oh, but damn it, they got Ant-Man.
See, everybody is talking about it's so one-sided. Iron Man's got the big guns, but you guys haven't read the comic book, correct? The Civil War comic book?
I know about it,
but I don't mind spoilers.
Cap's team or side, they work underground most of the time.
Oh, okay.
And if you look at these teams, so like, yeah, they have the big guns in War Machine and Iron Man and Black Panther and Vision, of course. But you look at Cap's team, look at the war and battle experience on that side of the team.
You're absolutely right.
Hawkeye, Sharon Carter, Cap, who's been around for 70 years,
Falcon
and Winter Soldier as an assassin.
Oh,
the
man.
experience on that side and the kind of techniques and strategy they can use is huge.
You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that.
And especially if they work underground, like I hope they are, it's huge. But for me, it's funny because I'm looking at these and there are a few things to point out. Like we've always thought up until now that it's I thought at least that Black Panther was the neutral side of it. I've always thought they've been saying that Black Panther's on the neutral side.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a shocker to see him on here. And then another question is like, the last few movies have built up this relationship between Black Widow and Cap. Like, what really happened to make her go with Tony? Or is she kind of a double agent for Cap?
Yeah,
is she
who
working
knows?
for Cap on Tony's side?
I think more surprising is her going against Hawkeye, who's been her best friend for years.
In the comic book, if it stays true, one character flips sides at some point.
I think that's going to be Black Panther, honestly.
You think Panther does? Well, that's a good call.
Because I think at first he's going to see Tony's side and be like, yeah, you're right. And then in the middle of everything, he's going to be like, no. Like something happens that, maybe Tony was hiding something from him and he realizes that and then he stops the battle or something. Who knows? But
as for Scarlet Witch too, the synopsis hinted at like a catastrophe that counts in or civilians' lives or something. I think it happened because of her in the beginning of the movie, and she goes off and or they send her off or something like that.
Do you think she either runs away or they got her locked up?
Maybe.
I think Thunderbolt Ross.
There's a possibility because I think
lock her up
because she's part of the Avengers in the beginning, and I think something happens to where it just people die.
She
and
better
maybe
not
she's
die.
to blame. I don't think
She
she's
better
gonna
not
die.
die.
No,
I'll be
but
so
I think
upset.
she might be to blame.
Okay.
Also, one last thing. I think it's just funny. If you look at both pictures of the teams, it's funny. You see Iron Man's team, they're all built up and they're posing and stuff, with these massive muscles and they have these cool stances and everything. And then you look at Cap's side, they're just standing there yeah, cool. I see you guys. They're standing just normal, standing there.
I know what you're saying. Iron Man's
Tony
we're
has
ready
to prove
fight.
himself,
Yeah.
and then Cap's yeah, what's your point?
What?
So I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get a lot more into these pictures and speculations in our Comic Hero Talk podcast for August. So let's try to move on. But yeah, we can talk about these for hours, and we'll at least talk about it for a half hour or so on Comic Hero Talk. So Gio, what do we got next?
All right, next up, we're moving over to the video game genre of films. Courtesy of Yahoo Movies, we have our first photo of Michael Fassbender in Assassin's Creed. Now, this project, I think, is going to play a major role in the near future of video game adaptations. So it's a full-size photo showing Michael Fassbender in the Assassin's Creed attire, which I think looks great. And furthermore, producer Frank Marshall confirmed in a tweet that production on Assassin's Creed will begin actually today. So today is the first day of production on Assassin's Creed, the movie. And for those of you who are new to this upcoming project, I'm going to read off the official synopsis for you, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit. So, the official synopsis. Through a revolutionary technology that unlocks his genetic memories, Callum Lynch, played by Michael Fassbender, experiences the adventures of his ancestor Aguilar in 15th century Spain. Callum discovers that he is descended from a mysterious secret society, the Assassins, and amasses incredible knowledge and skills to take on the oppressive and powerful Templar organization in present day. Assassin's Creed arrives December 21st, 2016. Guys, what are your thoughts on Assassin's Creed and Michael Fassbender in this photo?
I think they're awesome, or it's awesome. I haven't played the video game, but I've heard nothing but great things about it. I heard it's a great world builder and it's very exciting and stuff. But yeah, it's like you said earlier, it can kind of kick off the video game genre. And he looks awesome in the outfit. It looks very classic Assassin's Creed like. It's a great little teaser for what's to come, hopefully pretty soon. And I like that that he's also a new character. They're not going with someone from the video games. It's kind of a fresh start because we've seen video game movies, try and stick so close to the video game, it just doesn't work very very good.
Yeah.
So kind of giving its own sense of identity is really cool, and they can always build in characters from the video game later on. But as for an image, it's pretty badass. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and one thing I did forget to mention is that Marianne Cotillard will be co-starring, and it's going to be directed by Justin Cruzel, who, along with Cotillard and Fassbender, are going to be appearing in this year's upcoming Macbeth, which is going to make that film much more exciting because we're going to get a little preview of their dynamic. And so, Jacob, what do you think of all this news?
Well, the photo itself is pretty awesome. I can't lie. I mean, there's nothing special about it. It just looks like Michael Fassbender in the Assassin's Creed outfit. But the thing that excites me is I wasn't sure if we were ever going to see this movie get made because they changed the dates a lot. I think at least once.
Twice,
and
I remember.
The casting, I keep hearing like, oh, this woman's up for the female lead, and then she drops out, and then someone else comes in, and like, I wasn't Alicia Vikander supposed to star in this movie?
She was talking, not the female lead,
but she was going to be in it.
Yeah.
And then she dropped out to do Bourne 5, I believe. So I just wasn't sure if this movie was going to actually be made. But seeing this picture gives me a lot of confidence that we're going to see this movie. And if Michael Fassbender is heavily involved in the production and the making of it, which I've heard he is, I think we're in for something special. Could be the first, or we'll get Warcraft first, right?
Yeah,
next year.
Earlier that year.
But if Warcraft knocks it out of the park, and then this movie's great too, people are going to be talking a lot different about video game adaptations. So
yes,
picture looks awesome.
All right, so real quick, guys, both of you have seen the first image for Warcraft, right? It showed the
well, there's two posters, right? The human and then the orc.
Well, I'm talking about the first like official character photo, which showed the orc.
Yeah.
Now, which one are you more impressed by? The Warcraft one or Fassbender in Assassin's Creed?
I'm more impressed by Assassin's Creed because it appeals to me more.
Gotcha.
I'm more interested in that kind of world. I'm not a huge person of like fantasy, like that kind of stuff, but I'm very interested in Warcraft because of Duncan Jones and the cast he's assembled. I think it could be something very different. But Assassin's Creed just appeals to me more because of the kind of world it is. But both of them, they're both really exciting. So
awesome.
Well, I can't decide which movie I'm more excited for. I'm actually really excited for both. I never really played either game, but as far as the concept of the stories, I'm very excited for both. But as far as the pictures go, I'm more impressed with the Warcraft one because it's giving us a hint of what the CGI is going to look like and how they're going to these creatures are going to look like, because that movie's going to heavily rely on CGI, which is not a bad thing in my opinion. I'm tired of people complaining about movies having too much CGI. There's CGI in every movie, most movies. But I think that's a good sign, because if they're looking awesome in the pictures, they're going to look awesome in the movie, I think. So
cool.
The Warcraft photos impress me more.
Yeah, it's so important that both of these projects, their first photo really hits. So good for both of them. All right, moving on. We have a casting announcement. So Kong Skull Island. A lot of you may previously have known that Michael Keaton and J.K. Simmons dropped out of the project, and the project is currently undergoing rewrites. But this it seems to be picking itself back up now with the casting of Jason Mitchell. Jason Mitchell has recently played Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton. His performance is getting nothing but positive, feedback from everyone. So Jason Mitchell joins his co-star from Straight Outta Compton, Corey Hawkins, and them two will star alongside Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, and Toby Kebbell. And so, with this cast shaping up, what do you guys think? Is this film redeeming itself after the loss of Keaton and Simmons? And what's your anticipation overall?
This cast is forming. It's coming to be incredible. I think it looks awesome. If I had to choose between Toby Kebbell, Brie Larson, and Jason Mitchell, or Michael Keaton and J.K. Simmons, I take Michael Keaton and J.K. Simmons all the way. I was so excited when it was going to be Tom Hiddleston and those two guys. Like, wow. But they're doing a really great job at finding replacements, whether they're filling in their roles or just going to play different characters to make up for the lack of their star power. I think they're doing a really great job. I was very impressed with the Brie Larson casting, very impressed with the Toby Kebbell casting. Also, the guy who played Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton, Corey Hawkins, is in the film as well, which is ironic. They were both in Straight Outta Compton together. And now Jason Mitchell, they were both very strong in Straight Outta Compton. So they're gathering a lot of talent. Those 5 actors are all great actors. So there's nothing to be not excited about here.
All they need is Ice Cube or O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Jackson,
Get him.
no,
That would
don't get
be
the whole cast of NWA in there.
Hell
no,
yeah. What do you think,
Yeah,
No, it's great. I have yet to see Straight Outta Compton. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I just haven't had the time. But I've heard absolutely great things about what he was able to do with the character of Eazy-E. But not only is like Jason Mitchell good, but I love the role they casted him in. The pilot that takes him there, he gets stranded with them. It's kind of like a cool idea. Like we'll get to see him a different side. This kind of almost jokey pilot, having fun, a little bit more loudmouth kind of style. But then you have like Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston and Corey Hawkins, and the cast is awesome.
Toby Kebbell.
Toby Kebbell's gonna crush. I even heard that Russell Crowe might come on at some point too.
Oh, that would be great.
So
I like
it sucks not having Michael Keaton there and J.K. Simmons, but I do like the cast they're assembling. I'm really intrigued by it, and as for the movie, my anticipation is way up there. I love this kind of stuff. Skull Island, Kong, all that kind of stuff. I love that it's back in the day, and we'll get to see dinosaurs and Kong and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool, and I think the casting is awesome. So.
Oh yeah. Jason Mitchell's character is described as an easygoing pilot.
really?
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
That's how
I
they
think that's
described it.
Easy going.
Yeah, I think that's super cool.
Wow, I just gotta say, you haven't seen the movie yet, but he is dramatically, he's a fantastic actor. I've never seen him in anything else, but dude.
Well, I've heard that if
He's
the Oscars were
amazing.
today, he'd get nominated for
Oh
Oscars.
yeah,
So.
but I mean, I think he's gonna be forgotten about by the time
Yeah,
it comes
yeah.
to Oscar season. But I wish he would at least get some buzz. He deserves respect for that role. I
Yes.
think.
So, Kong Skull Island will release March 10th, 2017, directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts. All right, moving on. We have an update to a film that I've been looking forward to, one that I've been wanting for almost 10 years now. So I'm glad we're finally getting it. So Vin Diesel has given us an update on the next Triple X. He will be returning as Xander Cage, and production begins in December in the Philippines. Via Instagram, Diesel made this announcement. I can't wait, guys. I'm still upset about the Ice Cube Triple X sequel,
State of the Union. Yeah.
God, man, he went from Anarchy 99 to jacking a tank with Exhibit. Like, it's crazy. It was ridiculous. But I love this. I can't wait to see Vin Diesel return to Triple X. Guys, Vin Diesel has found success doing what what's his fit, basically, Fast and Furious, Riddick. And I think he can find the same success in Triple X if he plays the character like he's been playing in kind of Fast and Furious, self-aware, doesn't try to do too much, plays to his strengths. I think that'll be great. What do you guys think? Are you looking forward to a Triple X 3? And give me your quick thoughts also on the first Triple X film, like how much, like, yeah. So
awesome.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. I remember watching the original over and over and over and over again as a kid, with my friends, with my dad. My dad loves it. It's such a cool movie. It's fun, and it was kind of my first like real introduction into Vin Diesel. And my only question is, in State of the Union, they had said that Xander Cage died. So this means that they're basically retconning State of Union. It's just gonna be a sequel, and they're forgetting about the Ice Cube version, which is fine with me. But it's just like it's gonna leave some people maybe confused if they actually pay attention to State of the Union. But as for them going ahead with it and Vin Diesel coming in, I'm so down. I'm ready. I can't wait to see Xander Cage back in action.
Yes. Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, so like you, Jake, I watched the first Triple X over and over and over again as a kid. Yeah, I really I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, it's not a great film per se, but it's really fun and it's a good action movie, and it's not a bad movie at all. Funny thing, I'm pretty sure this is the movie, but so my parents live up in Auburn, and there's a bridge in Auburn that they actually shot. That bridge scene in Triple X is from the bridge in Auburn. I forget the name of the bridge. I should have, looked it up. But if you guys didn't know that, they shot that scene in Auburn.
The
where
first
he takes the Corvette
stunt
off?
sequence.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's in Auburn.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
You can go there and go to that place. I've driven by it a few times. But just a little tidbit. But as far as Vin Diesel returning to Triple X, yes, why not? I actually liked the last Riddick movie that came out. I thought it was going to be like a bigger film, like larger scale, but it was just a small, condensed little action movie, which I enjoyed. But yeah, State of the Union, no. I don't think they're going to retcon State of the Union, though. I think it's going to be a situation where he wasn't really dead, and it's going to be like, oh, did you hear Xander Cage? He's still alive, and he comes out of hiding or whatever to handle some business. So I'll be in there. I'll be there opening night to see it. Can't wait.
Do we see Samuel L. Jackson return?
Yes.
Didn't he
no
die?
Ice Cube or
Didn't
Exhibit.
he die in State of the Union?
No.
Did he?
No.
He didn't die in State of
Because
the
at
Union.
the end, the film closes with him saying, "I had time to find a new Triple X," and he goes, "I had the perfect candidate." And then
I could have swore he died, but okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and for those of you who haven't seen, there's a short film on YouTube. You can find it. It's called Triple X: The Death of Xander Cage. It was a short film that was released with the second film, and let me tell you, it's terrible, guys. They did not do a convincing job, making us believe that Xander Cage is dead. So if you haven't seen that, do check it out. And Triple X will have a release date around summer 2017. All right, moving forward, we have another news topic. This is the last one right here, and it involves everyone's favorite director, M. Night Shyamalan. So M. Night Shyamalan is reportedly in talks to collaborate with Joaquin Phoenix. No details on the project are out there right now, but I mean, it will be produced by Jason Blum from Blumhouse, and it'll be a small budgeted film, and this will be the third collaboration between Joaquin Phoenix and M. Night Shyamalan, who worked together on Signs and The Village. I don't know if I'm going to be excited for this. I'm going to wait and see how The Visit is. The Visit looks scary as hell, guys. But I'm going to go and check it out, and then I'll have a more decisive call on this. But, I mean, Joaquin Phoenix, M. Night Shyamalan, they were pretty awesome in The Signs. I mean, I don't think I've seen The Village. I'm trying to recall if I've seen it, but I mean, the pairing, they've had success before. So what do you guys think of this collaboration, Jacob?
I am very hesitant about it because I like Joaquin Phoenix a lot. I rewatched Signs a few months ago, and for me, it holds up. I think Signs is a great film.
It's very underrated.
Not so much The Village. I remember even when I was a kid and went and saw that movie, I was like, this movie is stupid. As a kid, I thought that. So, Shyamalan is, I don't know, I don't want to say he's hit or miss because he had a few good movies, and then ever since, I don't know what was his last good movie.
Signs.
I'm trying to think what was after that, but
Was
I
it
mean, he had
Village?
Unbreakable, The
Yeah.
Sixth Sense.
Yeah, Signs was like 99.
Yeah,
And then
so
you had like Lady in the Water.
Okay, yeah.
Village, that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna reserve judgment until I see The Visit, like Yu-Gi-Oh. I think The Visit looks awesome. I'm a horror fan. I'm not a huge horror fan, but I like horror movies, and I want The Visit to be good because I'm never gonna root against somebody. Yeah, Shyamalan has made some stinkers. He ruined freaking Last Airbender, but I'm still gonna root for him. I hope he can, if he makes The Visit and it's a success and makes some money. And by the way, Jason Blum is a genius. That guy, his production company, Blumhouse, is killing it. He makes like 10 horror movies a year, makes them all for $10 million. They all make $50 million. That guy is swimming in cash. I think that's how movies should be made, for minimal costs, maximize your profits. And that way, it's not looked at as a failure. So all things sound good regarding this potential re-team up of Joaquin Phoenix and M. Night Shyamalan, but again, I'm going to reserve judgment until I see The Visit. So we'll see. Jake?
I just don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care at all. Shyamalan, Shamhammer, whatever you want to call him. I just don't care what he makes anymore. It does, I mean, with Blumhouse and Joaquin Phoenix, there's obviously some kind of peak of interest in there. But, I could care less what the guy does right now. I haven't liked anything he's done since Signs. Yeah. So.
Which was in 2002, and then after that, Village 2004, The Happening 2008.
Yeah.
God.
Last Airbender 2010.
See?
After Earth
So
2013.
Signs was the last good movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot he directed After Earth. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
he nearly killed Will Smith's career.
That's insane.
That's not his fault.
So let me ask you this, Jake. If you just heard Joaquin Phoenix starring in a Blumhouse production horror movie.
Yeah,
If you
it's
just
the
heard
name
that,
Shyamalan. It's M. Night Shyamalan.
yeah, so that's what's killing.
Yep.
So if you really like The Visit, will that change your mind?
Yeah, what will it take to get you to...
Obviously, a little bit, right? Or no?
If The Visit's good, then okay, maybe. But The Visit has to be like great.
For you to be excited.
He's had way too many.
No,
stinkers
you're
in a
right.
row.
You can't just.
He's
you
like
can't
Ridley
make up
Scott
for
right
all
now.
of those with one movie,
Yeah.
But it looks like he's trying to revitalize his career. With
And it
this.
depends on what kind of movie it is. Is it a horror movie or is it something else?
True. I mean, usually with Blumhouse, it's horror, but they've produced some
Horror thrillers.
other movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it being a thriller.
All right, that's it, guys. That's it for Rapid Fire.
All right, well, that's going to do it for Rapid Fire Friday. A little shorter than I thought. Thank you all for listening. Again, I'm Jacob Bartley, your host of the MTE Movie Podcast and Rapid Fire Fridays. You can find me on Twitter at Jake Ryan Bartley, everywhere at Jacob Bartley. I'm here with Gio Ramos. Where can they find you online, man?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Jojo Ramos24 and on Movie Talk Express every day.
And Jake Berlin, where can they find you online?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at the Jake Berlin. Twitter and Facebook at Apocaflix and apocaflix.wordpress.com.
And again, please, if you enjoy our podcast, you enjoy anything, you want to stay up to date on everything in the movie world, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Movie Talk Express. Or if you're already subscribed, hit that like button. We could use the help. Thank you very much. And we'll see you guys next week.